Previously on New Crits on the Block.
Stick stands up and walks over to you. Yes, this is Mr. Bezos' soul. I believe we agreed on 6 coin. For but a moment, you see into the ghost field, and you guys just see, as far as the eye can see, an expanse stretching outward into the Deathlands of just an incalculable amount of ghosts. Okay, that's never happened before. When I was out back of Rags to Bitches, I may have heard something about Lila coming into some money. We're going to start today's episode by reminding everyone at home, just in case you've forgotten, prior to us starting our recordings, we have room noise, and we're very quiet. And then we also all clap to get our stuff lined up together. And we clap along to the song of the Addams Family. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because just last night I watched the Addams Family animated movie with my kids. Because it's now officially spooky time, and they enjoyed it. It was fun. I actually never saw any. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen any of the Addams Family recreations, or even the original TV show.
Oh, so
What?
you've never seen the
Why?
original television show?
Which is weird because
the
I used to
black and
watch
white
black
one?
and white. Yeah, I used to watch like black and white TV all the time. You know, Bewitched.
kinda
I was
hard
on
to
TV, the
avoid.
whole-
Wasn't that
like-
on Nick at Night? I feel like it was.
Yeah,
back
it
in the day.
absolutely
And yet
was.
It must have been.
somehow I just never saw it. Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen Wednesday or anything. But I've always been aware of it.
So you've just seen the movies, Addams Family and Addams Family Values.
I don't think I've seen those either.
How did
Wait,
you
wait,
not?
wait,
It was
wait, wait,
Christina
wait. So
Ricci?
what-
You didn't even try to see it?
So what Addams Family things have you seen?
Well, up until
Just
last night, I don't
none.
think officially anything.
What?
Wow.
What?
That's actually,
Like, I'm fully aware
I've
of it.
seen a lot of it. I haven't seen the original TV show, but I've seen all the movies and all the newer stuff. I don't think I've seen the animated stuff, though.
So
Yeah,
you
I'm
haven't
like-
seen anything Addams Family?
So I have seen.
This whole time
here's the
you've been
thing.
I feel
clapping
like that
the
was on at the
song?
same time as like the Beetlejuice cartoons.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
so,
Beetlejuice
like-
cartoons are so good.
So
like,
fucking good.
fully aware of it. But for example, when I watched the movie last night and they were like, oh, here, they introduce a character and it's like a big like zombie guy. I'm like, well, I know there's the mom and the dad, and then there's the kids, and there's the hand, and I remember there being like a furry guy, but like I completely
The
forgot.
hand and the furry
exactly.
guy. The furry
Yeah,
guy.
exactly. So like, I grew up more with the Munsters, which I guess was just a
Okay.
cheap knockoff of the Addams Family.
I don't know which came first,
Ah.
I don't know.
honestly.
It was good in its own right.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
like the Munsters.
I mean, it was the only
I
thing
love
I
the
ever
Munsters.
watched, so it was good to me.
You're all old.
Shut up.
But
Is that in anime? Is there an anime
I'm
version
sure
of that?
there's. I'm
anime
sure we
version.
can make an Addams
Is that
Family anime.
Well, animated is essentially anime. It's just not in Japanese.
No, we talked about this. If it doesn't come out of Japan, it's just sparkling cartoons. But yeah. Anyway, so then I actually, after the movie was over, I pulled up the original TV show because again, I knew about it. So when the movie was over, I then said, hey, let me show you what this originally came from. And so I pulled open the original Addams Family, which I guess came from like 1964 or something. Was that
Yeah,
the first
60s.
episode?
Mm.
And I showed them the thing. And then, of course, it made sense. Like there was a lot of callbacks in the movie that happened in the first episode. And I was like, oh, okay, this is clever. And I see all these characters are here, and it kind of like tied it all together for me. But the one thing I realized is that when they showed the mom in the movie, in the original cartoon, the original TV show, I was like, okay, got it. So even in 1964, everyone just wanted to bang a hot goth chick. It just...
Oh,
Yeah, it
yeah.
has not changed.
Yeah, she
Has
was
not
always
changed.
she was always like a sex symbol throughout all the
Yeah.
versions.
Right. But also the fact that she's like the long black hair and the pale face and the goth, like that wasn't like when I think of like 1960s values, I don't think of lusting after goth chicks. But apparently it's just
That's a
always
problem
been there.
for you.
Well, there's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
feel
of
like-
those throughout time. Like Elvira, Bride
Yeah.
of Frankenstein was kind of like that. Like there's always been that
There's a big
sort
surge.
of icon, that vibe
Black
throughout.
cat energy.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, once
Yeah,
we
but it
stopped
was just-
killing them as witches, we found they were actually pretty good looking. once we stopped murdering them, we're like, hey
Yeah.
guys.
Now
it's
I
like-
wonder if that's why we started murdering in the first place. I bet like Goody Proctor got caught with a witch like that, right? And he was like, oh, it wasn't me. She bewitched me. And then was like,
No. That's not wondering. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened, right? Got caught.
And she just
got
rejected
caught
him.
spooking around and was like, "Oh, she bewitched me. Tie her to a rock and see if she floats."
You
And
know
then-
full well some dirty ass priest was getting his freak on with some 13-year-old or something and was like, well, she's a witch, that's why. And everyone was
Yeah.
like, guess I gotta kill her now.
I
That's
don't
what
think
I
they
mean.
really worried.
So
I don't think
they
they were
were-
really worried about the age of consent back then, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, you guys took it in a way different.
Yeah, they made it
Yeah.
gross.
You guys took it in a way grosser direction than me. I was just trying to have some fun, and you guys made it way weird.
They made
So-
it historically accurate instead.
Ben's fleeing the scene here, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If you're not here to defend yourself on that, that's your problem. I'm going to continue going off of my riff, which was just, I think that was the whole bit. Was
well,
they
yeah, he got caught up with a
it.
hot goth girl.
Yeah, and was like, oh,
wait,
it's just a witch. It's a witch. I'm bewitched,
It's a
and that's
witch.
how the
I would
Salem
never do
witch
this
trials
with my right
started.
mind. Mhm.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
how the Salem witch trial started. And that's why witches have always been this witchy woman. I mean, like, there's so many instances throughout pop culture.
Hot babes tell you no, they've got to be a witch.
They got to be a
Yeah.
witch
Gotta
and,
be
Yeah,
burn
you
them
gotta-
and burn them at the stake.
There was also a lot of talk about how originally the concept of the witch kind of came from the fact that women used to be brewers. Because a long time ago, in order to make beer, you needed yeast, and that just wasn't laying around. So the only place you could get it.
Ew.
No. This is not intended to
Ew.
be gross. This is true. And
so
so
it's still
that's
gross though.
Stop making it weird.
Stop making
Yeah,
it
Ben
so
keeps-
nasty.
No,
I don't
no,
care if
and
it's
so-
accurate. I don't like it.
Stop making it weird.
Eventually, though, they learned to cultivate yeast on its own, right? And then they didn't need that.
Doesn't
And so
care.
men wanted to be in control of everything. And so there was this concept of like, you know, the last thing you want is these women controlling your beer making, right? So there was also a little bit of that.
I like Matt's idea a lot
Thank
better.
you. Just
yeah.
I just blame the
Golly.
patriarchy all across the board. Everything is
Yeah.
bad because of you. So you guys
I mean, that's
men
not,
suck.
you're not,
I'm not harvesting women for their yeast.
Not anymore.
Christy, did you just question the patriarchy?
Always, sweetheart. Always.
Get her
Burn her!
Get
Burn her at the stake. Tie her up.
I am a
Put her in
witch.
a river. Put her in a river.
Yeah,
Okay.
I bet she won't float
See
if she'll
if
rock
she
side door.
floats. If
I
she
love
sinks,
a river
sorry.
float. I love it.
Not tied to a rock.
I
Yeah,
just
you're not
love-
floating when you just sink. It's a river sink more of.
Yeah, you're not floating when you just sink, says Jake.
For now, that's illegal, so you can't do that to me. But who knows? Depending on how this election
We'll see.
goes, that might
We'll
come
see
back
about
into
that.
play.
That's right. We might have to harvest you for yeast again.
Jesus.
I am yeastless and proud. Thank you very
We'll
much.
see about that.
Yeah.
We'll see about
Oh.
that.
For now.
Well, then you're not
now.
a real woman.
That's right.
Oh,
You're just a crazy cat lady.
I'll
Jesus
I'll
Christ.
shave up a couple little shavings for you. I'll put it in.
Ew.
Put it in a bag.
Shavings. Ew. What are you, a truffle?
This is a great transition into welcome back to Dust Vault, everyone. Things suck.
Oh.
Where everything is terrible.
We're going to space.
What an intro. You're going to space?
I'm getting out of this place.
Oh, good rhyme.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a great rhyme.
Keep it going, Jake. What else you got?
No.
All right.
Oh,
There goes that.
So Hey, real quick, on the previous episode, when we were doing downtime in XP, I completely forgot to grant you guys crew XP. Your crew also gains
dare
levels.
you?
Cheat.
There's a lot going on. So I'm going to do that real quick. It says mark XP at the end of each session for each item below. Mark 1 or 2 for that if it was multiple times. Execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage. I think you did all of those things. So I gave you 2 for that. Contend with challenges above your current station. Not really. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. You guys were trying to be subtle. That was your reputation.
Zink do a tier something safe?
Oh yeah, he did. He did.
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just didn't factor in
Yeah.
because of his ability. Okay, so there's 1. So 3. Bolster your crew's reputation to develop a new one. You were trying to be subtle, and you were, for the most part. You know, nothing ever. The truth is, if nothing ever happened, it'd be a boring podcast. So I'm not gonna deny you XP for being like, well, congratulations, you've ruined my story and nothing fun happened. And express the goals, drives, and inner conflicts or essential nature of the crew. I mean, you did your best to handle
totally
the situation the way you planned. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys 5 XP, 2, 1, 1, 1. So you're halfway through your first crew advancement.
Yay.
And are you marking all that?
I already did it all.
Okay, great.
I noticed this last night and was like, oh shit, I should probably. So I just kind of like figured it out then. So
I just wanted to
kinda-
follow along on the sheet so I knew where it was.
Oh
But
yeah, of course. So if you go to the
I see it
crew
now.
and great, and you scroll down, it's underneath all your abilities. So yeah, that should have been done last episode. I forgot because I still don't know what I'm doing. But fake it till you make it. Lila, you awake in your room, and you swear you heard something. But it is
What?
particularly windy outside. Maybe it was just that.
What did I hear?
It was just something woke you up.
A bump in the night.
So it's hard because you're just like, well, you were asleep, and then all of a sudden, like you heard something, but you can't really put your finger on it. But now you're awake.
A bump in the night.
Yes, I heard you bump in the night.
Good. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
I don't know why Zinc is under the bed, but
Just kick him. Get back under there. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get up and look around. I guess. Can I see in my room? Is it lit? I have candles going.
yeah, I mean, you would have lit a candle. You wouldn't have just walked around in the dark like a fool. Everything appears to be normal.
She's gonna
Your
check
doors-
the window.
Your doors are all locked up. No one's in the room with you, except for Zinc under the bed for some reason. You do notice that there is a letter sticking halfway through the bottom of your window. But like your window is tightly locked, and somehow it's like, it looks like someone opened the window
Shoved it.
and then like put it under and then closed it on it. So again, somehow someone's getting in through your window, but there's a letter in there.
This guy
Damn it.
again.
I've got to replace this window, I swear. And I'm gonna take the letter and read it.
You
Assuming
open it
I
up.
can read.
That's a question for you. Can you read?
Yes, I can read.
You have a noble background. I think you can read.
I can read.
That makes sense. Yeah. It reads, "To my beloved Lila, I know you told me to stay away, that our love couldn't be. But damn it all, I can't be but another moment without you. I would give, in bold writing, all the coin I have just to be at your service once more. I don't care what father says. Sticks and stones and all that." Sticks is written STYX. "Please, meet me at the Mist Shore Park tomorrow morn. I have something just for you. I shall anticipate your enthusiastic arrival post-haste. River." And then down below it says, "P.S. I know your brothers wouldn't let you meet a potential suitor alone, so you might as well bring them."
Do I have brothers?
That's what the letter says.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Why can't I hear Christy?
Am I muted?
No.
Well,
I can hear
hold
you.
on.
Did you mute me in Discord?
This might just be
game
the
night?
effect of being married to her.
No, we were on Discord. I muted her because we were in the same
You
room.
haven't heard me this whole time?
Nope. That'll work.
If that ain't how it normally goes in our relationship,
And husband and wife. Blah, blah, blah.
he's
It's
just
been so
letting-
peaceful in here. Like, what happened?
That's what the letter says.
Okay.
I mean, Christy, does your character Lila, does she have brothers?
I didn't actually envision her as a big family. I figured
Okay.
her for an only child. So
All
I'm
right.
gonna say
She doesn't
no.
have brothers, but this is what the note says. The note states that whoever this person River is will give all the coin just to be at your service once more, which is written in bold.
Mhm.
And the word sticks and stones, sticks is written like the river Styx, and it's
Yeah.
signed River.
And I don't know someone named River, do I?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
The river Styx.
It's a trap.
This is very interesting. And she's going to just fold it up and put it in her pocket, I guess,
Okay.
until she meets up with the crew.
All right. The letter said that someone's going to pay you, but you need to meet them at Mist Shore Park tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Mist Shore Park is located on like the other side of Duskfall. It's located in 6 towers. So if you guys look at your map in Roll20, you'll see that you guys are located on Silk Shore, which is all the way on the west side. 6 towers is cattywampus to you guys. It's all the way on the east side, other side of Duskfall. So, you pretty much, if anything references something in the town, you guys know where it is because you can't leave. You can't leave the city because the ghosts will eat you. So your entire lives are basically in this place. So yeah, you know where Miss Shore Park is. What do you do?
Well, I don't know what time of day it is, but I'm basically just going to
It was night.
until we meet up again.
Yeah, you were sleeping. It was night. So he said, meet you in the morning.
Yeah.
Bring your brothers.
Then I will go back to sleep until the morning when I can meet up with my brothers, quote unquote.
Okay.
I don't know how we
you-
communicate and like what our like crew like.
You don't
meeting
have to. This is not
schedule
intended
is.
to be. This is not like D&D where I'm going to be like, oh, well, do you have a stone of talking? Well, in that case, you have to do a whole. No, you can just be like, I use my methods to meet up with them.
Yeah, I'll send letters out to them that like we need to meet.
Well, I'm in
Basically, at
Arlo's in
my
the same
place.
building as you.
Yeah, so I
And
will
apparently, Zinc sleeps under the bed.
Yeah.
So
well,
you
he
just
had a
have to
rough.
get-
I
He
didn't
lost
agree
a
to
lot
any of
when he
this.
gambled. You know, he got 86 out of his favorite gambling haul.
I
Yeah,
didn't
flippies,
lose,
man.
I didn't lose a lot. I won a lot. I just
Oh,
got
Well, something
kicked
tells me
out.
they didn't let you keep your winnings when they threw you out.
They might have. I stashed a couple away.
You
Well, that's
probably
usually
did.
what happens when they 86 you from a casino. They don't take your money. They're just like,
Yeah,
hey,
you
Yeah,
threw me out.
you
I'm
can't-
sure.
yeah,
I'm
you
sure
can't
he
gamble here
wedged a
anymore.
few tokens here or there.
Yeah. I stashed
All right.
a couple.
So the next morning, you guys all meet, and
So I bet you're wondering why I all called you to. Hold on, let me start over again.
That was a very strange. What? try that
Sorry,
again.
I need my.
Maybe you need to go
coffee in
back
the
to
morning.
sleep.
It's been a long night. I was awoken by something that went bump in the night.
Oh.
and woke me up.
not
and
a
it
not a
wasn't-
bump in the night.
It wasn't you under the bed, and it wasn't
Nope.
my window.
Ooh.
But at my window there was a note, and here it is. And she pulls it out and shows it to you guys.
I can't
Reads it.
read.
I will read it for you. And I
okay,
read
Arlo's
it
that is
again.
now canonical. Arlo can't read.
Okay. So obviously, I don't know this person. I don't have any brothers, but you can be my brothers, and we can see what this money is. It might be a trap of sorts, but if he's got anything we can take, we should take it.
Well, it does say all the coin that they have, right? So it could be.
Right, but
It could be a lot of coin.
I don't think it's actually he's not going to give us any money. I think this is some sort of trap to get us to meet him. So we should be aware of that.
Did you make
I don't
White
know who this
Riverman?
person
Why do you think it's a trap?
I don't know this person. I don't have some lover named River. That's so lame sounding. I wouldn't run away with anyone, no matter how much money they offered me.
Well, maybe it's like an old, customer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if so, they're going by a different name because I'm not familiar with them.
Maybe check your books.
Do you keep a log?
I do. That would definitely be something I do.
Check your Rolodex.
Do you check your log?
I check my log.
You don't have anyone who's ever done business with you named River.
I was gonna say, hold on. Can I make a joke real quick? Would it be called a?
Better be funny.
Okay. Would it be called a Rolodex? Come on, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Funny.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, continue.
Hold on, I'm just going to write that on my notes so that I remember that I wrote that.
No, that's definitely what it's called.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Continue.
But spell it like DYX or something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, something cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why are some of these cards larger than others?
Well, it's by size.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
So
not alphabetical, I'll tell you that.
As you can see in my Rolodex, there is no one named River under the letter R.
Yeah. A lot of people use, especially if somebody's coming to see you who might be a well-to-do person who has a reputation to protect. They probably use fake names. But you are a criminal mastermind who does this job in order to gain power and information about the elite within the city. You know who everyone is. You don't know anyone named River. I'm just going to give this to you because I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's easier because I'm reading the letter. He wrote Sticks and Stones, and Sticks was written STYX.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, we know.
Okay. Well, you keep saying I don't know who this is.
Yeah, Sticks.
It's death.
I thought you picked that up.
Yeah.
No, the guy Sticks.
Right. It's that guy. And we know that this is some sort of trap. I don't know what he's after.
Sorry, you kept being like, I don't know who this is. And I'm like,
no, I'm saying it's not the person that this letter is saying. It's
right.
the Sticks guy.
Okay.
He's the one who comes through my window. He's the
Arlo
one who keeps trying to
100%
mess with things.
Yes.
I just don't know what this could be. It's obviously not what it says. So
Maybe a job?
perhaps.
Yeah, it's a job. Wait, Sticks, we're not afraid of him, right? He's not a bad guy to us.
I mean, he showed us the underworld-ish and then like scurried away in a creepy way and he has weird eyes. So we're not a fan of him.
He is creepy.
He also paid you.
He paid us.
Why would he have to send a letter like this? Why would he just come up and ask us?
That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't he just come in like
because it's a seedy underworld. In case someone saw it, like it has to be a little covert. Come on, guys. Jeez, this is why I work. See, this is why I work alone. Because all y'all are amateurs. None of y'all get it. Okay.
You keep saying that, and yet I've never seen you work alone one single time.
Exactly. That's the okay. See, this is oh my Lord in heaven. Is there heaven? I don't know. Oh my, whatever there is in this world. I cannot with all of y'all. I don't even know.
Had enough coffee. I'm still only a couple sips into my coffee this morning. I'm just trying to get.
I've never seen you work alone.
Yeah. You know what I mean. You mean he's never worked alone. He doesn't. He always does jobs with us. Are you doing jobs on your own? How many jobs have you done on your own? How many?
Plenty of jobs.
How many? Name 20.
Let me look at my Rolodex here. Let me pull my Rolodex out.
Open your Rolodex.
Hold on. Okay, the point is we should not be so worried about this. Obviously, this person who we just did a successful job wants to give us another job. So I think we should just go
I'm
do
just
it.
saying he's unnerving.
Sure, who cares? But his money's good, so who cares?
All right, fine. Let's go meet him then.
Great.
Thank you, Christy. I don't think I've laughed like that for a while.
I've never seen you do it.
Shut up.
You all proceed to make your way to Miss Shore Park, which is located across the way in Six Towers. To get there, you have to pass through several other districts. You leave Silk Shore through your normal methods, and you arrive in the district directly next to you, which is Crow's Foot. So on the way to Miss Shore Park, you first start by passing through Crow's Foot. Crow's Foot is the district directly east of yours. You all know it well. because it's the crossroads between the docks and Silk Shore and the wealthier parts of town. Basically, it's crime central, but that's nothing any of you are not unaccustomed to. As you pass through, you see toothless rogues standing in dark alleyways, bluecoats harassing shopkeepers, dirty orphans digging through trash, drunks, etc. A large man with a cut down his face from his eye to his groin, holding a slightly smaller man up against a wall, stares at you as you pass through this dark alleyway. "Hey, Arlo," he says. "Working hard or hardly working?" He laughs as he's holding the man, who also starts to chuckle as the man being held looks at Zink and says, "Dude, we miss you at Flippy's. I'm sure Jimbo Timbo will forgive you." As you leave the district, Crowsfoot, you'll never find a more wretched hive of villainy and scum.
Nice.
And you all feel right at home. So under normal circumstances, passing through an area so dangerous would probably be unnerving. But in this world, that's probably the safest place for you guys. You then pass through Charter Hall, which is actually the city's like center of business and government, located right next to the slums. Ironies. Yeah, this is art imitating life here. So normally a group of scoundrels passing through the city's government district would require some additional time and energy. However, this is actually your hunting grounds, and you bought off bluecoats here using coin in the very beginning of the game. So you just quickly pass through a series of secret tunnels and underground back alleyways. Nobody pays you any mind. And it's the whole trip through there is for the most part boring. And then you arrive in Six Towers. The formerly wealthy district is lined with once old, beautiful Victorian homes, now ravaged by neglect. Windows are broken and iron gates swing with rusty moans as people move quickly to and fro their destinations. Old churches, opera houses, restaurants, antique stores, and other luxurious but non-essential businesses dot the landscape, all now lost to the passages of time. As you pass through the streets, you walk by a particularly decrepit home, and you swear you see a face looking at you from a high window. But when you stop and look back, it's gone. Not the face, mind you, just the whole window itself. Some say this district is haunted. Few disagree.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to this week's Middle Break. Now, a little fun fact, I've been talking about putting a little bit of music in here. Out of this middle break, we're going to get a little bit of that music, a little bit of ambiance music, finally. Because I didn't know what kind of vibe I wanted to go for. It's going to be, I mean, you'll hear it. I'm holding myself accountable so you don't keep thinking, well, Matt said this and he's not doing it, so he's a dirty little liar. Well, I'm not. It just took me a minute, okay? Anyways, I hope you're enjoying this episode of New Crits on the Block, Blades in the Dark, hosted by our new GM, Ben, for a short amount of time. Well, I guess I don't really know how long it's going to go, but we hope you're enjoying it. And if you are, there's a couple things you can do to help our podcast grow so we can keep doing things like this. The first, subscribe and rate and review to our podcast, wherever you get our podcasts from. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcatcher you use, we are there. Hit the subscribe button, download the episodes, give us a 5-star review, and write a little synopsis about why you like our show, so other people who might stumble across it would think that they would enjoy it too. Also, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. It's the best way to keep up with all things New Crits. We're always posting into those sites. Best way for you to help there is either share those pieces of content to your own stories or feeds, or tag people you think might be interested in it. We are only growing through word of mouth right now, so doing those things really do go a long way, I promise you. One of the ways we like to give back is we have a Discord. Yes, a Discord for all things New Crits, but not all things New Crits. Of course, you can come in there and talk about the show. You could talk to cast members. You could talk to fans. But if you just want somewhere to come and chill, you can do that too. It's a safe, inclusive space we have built up over the last few years. We're so happy with what it has turned into. Our community is fantastic, and we just love you guys all in there. So if you're not a part of that community yet, well, what the heck are you waiting for? Now you might be thinking, well, Matt, I want to help you do all these things, but how do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/Snookers on the Block will get you to all the places that I mentioned, and some places I didn't have time to mention. linktr.ee/Snookers on the Block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening. It is officially fall. It is the first day of fall. Congratulations to all the people who love fall and spooky season. I'm going to miss the summertime, but it'll be back sooner than we know it, I'm sure. As we know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. So until then, enjoy the rest of this week's episode. We will see you next week. Be safe out there. Be excellent to each other. We love y'all. Bye-bye.
And you finally make your way to Mist Shore Park. Run down and neglected like the rest of the district, a large iron gate lays on its side next to the entrance. As you walk in, you see giant, old, petrified, leafless trees, their branches reaching up, almost clawing at the morning's shattered sun, like skeletons frozen in desperate need of failure and death. And sitting on a bench, alone in the morning fog, you see a man in a long leather trench coat, looking out across the river to the lightning towers beyond it, barely visible. Only the occasional spark of light from their electric surges. It is Styx, and he scoots over to make room for you all on the bench. Worry not about the ghosts that are known to roam this park. We have an understanding. You will not be harmed while you are here. May I see the letter I sent you?
Sure. And I hand it over to him.
Much obliged. And from his fingers, he holds the letter in his hand, and he snaps while holding it, and a small spark comes out of his gloves and ignites the leather, and he holds it as it slowly burns. Oh, I guess poor River will have to go without his darling Miss Driggs. And the letter finishes burning. I have another job for you. Do this for us, and we can talk about having you all brought into our fold, so to say.
All right. What's the
Okay.
job?
There exists a book.
Crap.
One of his eyes, only one of his eyes gives Arlo a side eye when he says that.
Arlo, it might be a picture book.
That would
it could be a
much
picture book.
appreciated. I've been
It's
trying
not a
to
picture
read.
book.
Damn.
Oh,
Well, okay. So
Chapter
truth
book?
be told, we have not seen the book. It could be a picture book. A collection of knowledge
back in the game, baby.
from before the cataclysm. Through diligent study and numerous bribes, we have managed to locate it. Problem is, it just so turns out that it's housed in the city's original library. And his gaze looks across the river. The original library, now located in the Lost District. And across the river, on the other side of the lightning towers, you all know, sits the Lost District. If you look at your map, you see it number 2 in the upper right-hand corner. Indicates a district that was once part of Duskfall that when the lightning towers were built, essentially got removed. If you read the description, it says it was part of the city, and then there was a plague, and then when the lightning towers got built, it got left outside. I'm going to say that you guys all know that when the lightning, I'm changing the lore a little bit. When the lightning towers were built, that part of the city was just never incorporated. So it's left over since before the cataclysm. But it is part of the city, just outside of the lightning towers, and nobody lives there. So it contains many old antiquities and lost treasures that many people want to get their grubby little paws on. Unfortunately, leaving the city is a death sentence, so people don't tend to do it very often. Let me be direct. You four will find a way into the Lost District. You will navigate its now ghost-filled streets, locate the library, get inside, find the book, retrieve it, and bring it back to me. And I will pay you 10 coin.
That's it.
Is there a bonus?
The bonus is the fact that it's 10 coin. If you remember, the previous job was only 6.
Is that
Yes,
10
so we got-
coin each or to split?
No, that would be an absurd amount of money, and you should feel foolish for asking such a stupid question.
Well, we're all learning
Keep sipping
here.
your coffee.
No, it's a 10 coin amongst all of you, which is
So
still good.
Four extra coin to go to a death sentence seems like not a lot.
It is a lot.
10 coin is a lot of money. However, Arlo, you can try to negotiate. You have that right.
Yes, I do. Let me
Do
see.
you feel that my deal is unfair?
I think for going into essentially a death sentence with all these ghosts, 12 coin, which should be more than sufficient.
But if it's a death sentence, then chances are you all won't make it out, meaning that the 10 coin will be split amongst less of you.
No, 12 coin will be split amongst us.
Okay, Arlo. What do you do in order to get him to listen to you?
I'm not much of. I try to stand in like a very intimidating way, and try to, chest kind of pushed out. I kind of like stand in front of him, and I'm going to use command to try to convince him to pay 12
Okay.
coin.
We're not in a score yet, so I'm not going to have you have like position or effect or be able to do any like pushing yourself or anything. So just roll it and see what happens.
Okay.
A reminder, a bad roll might be bad.
Yeah, I know.
Don't screw
Yeah,
this up for us.
what about a 6 and a 2, baby?
Ooh.
Was that?
That is a unmitigated success. So I was going to say if you rolled a 4 or a 5, nothing would happen. And if you rolled a 1, 2, or a 3, I was going to take away coin. But you rolled a 6.
That's right. Yeah. So Arlo like kind of squares up with them, like looking down at him. Stick seeing all of his scars and his. I guess he still has a twisted ankle, so he kind of like limps over to him a little bit.
Your twisted ankle is practically completely
So
healed.
scary.
Yeah, a little less scary. And I just stare him down as I wait for him to respond to my raising the price.
Are you trying to intimidate me, young man?
Yes.
I like you. Fine, 12 coin. But not a slug more. Scales, slugs, that's how they refer to coin in this game.
That's fair.
However, I won't have to pay you anything if you wind up like the last detail.
Which I'm assuming they're all dead.
So are we. A few things you should know before setting out. A reminder that the Lost District is under the patrol and protection of the Spirit Wardens. They are well established within the city, working directly with the Church of Ecstasy and the City Council. The Church of Ecstasy is basically like the religious organization that is within this world that like, it's like Catholicism or within like America. It's like, they're a big time religion. People generally follow them. They are a well-established faction dealing directly with the Church of Ecstasy and the City Council, you will not be able to contend with them so easily. So advise that you steer clear of their operations while you're out there. In game terms, they're a much higher tier faction than you.
I'd assume.
So most things you do with them will be a failure. It should also be known that you're not the first that we hired to go find the book, as I previously mentioned. Styx then looks at Lila. Bazos was hired originally. He went in with his crew, and, well, you see how that went. I'm sure you don't need me to remind you that you don't wish to turn out like him.
Of course not.
Okay, score planning time. Somebody roll to gather information. So here's what I'm going to tell you. You guys know that you need to, if you look at your map, get across the river. There's no bridges leading over there. Bypass the lightning towers. Get inside the Lost District. Find the library. Get the book. Get back out. So a reminder that the plans you have in regards to you can choose are either assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, or transport. The truth is that once you get inside the Lost District, none of you have ever been there, so you don't really know what you're getting into, but you do have to get across the river and bypass the spirit wardens who basically control entrance in and out of the city. So what do you think you would do in order to do that?
We'd have to scout a way to get across.
Okay.
Or a contact or like a smuggler or something.
Yeah, do we have
also
anybody?
Good options? Yeah. Don't forget, you don't have to worry about like who you know and who you don't know. You roll and that tells you kind of what you know. So if you're like, I know a guy, roll. And I'll be like, yeah, you do. You know what I mean? And then we just make it up. Or you roll bad and I go, yeah, you know what?
Would someone specific like to roll? Do the roll?
Yeah, this is a gather information roll to start with. So somebody decide to make you roll any one of your attributes that you'd like to gather information. Arlo could go beat someone up with skirmish. Zinc could sneak around. Rufus could hunt. Up to you. I advise that you use your best skill.
Yeah, I would. If I could, I'd like to prowl to see if I could find a viable way across into the Lost District. Just a way to cross that river to at least get in there.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Okay.
Again, controlled, all that doesn't matter.
Okay.
That really only matters when you're in scores and stuff.
5, 6, and a 3.
Woo, hell yeah.
Very good.
We're rolling
Took the
good today,
6.
boys.
All right, so here's what I wrote. Roll to gather information, a 6. You get +1 to your engagement roll. So you determine information that helps you better roll on your engagement. You learn that the Spirit Wardens have a base camp on the other side of the river, which is housed in a lightning tower. Their operations are conducted from there, where they then travel out into the Deathlands, explore the Lost District, and return. Boats are used to travel to and from daily, delivering supplies. You also obtain a map of the Spirit Warden's movements, and you feel like you could probably completely avoid them moving forward. That was a good thing to roll gather information on, because otherwise I was going to have you potentially encounter them, and they would be borderline impossible to contend with. So you, by prowling around over just north of where you are in Brightstone, are able to scurry up this information through a combination of sneaking around, observing things, paying off the right people, using your contacts. Great job.
Okay.
So now comes to decide how you're going to get across. You know that there's a boat that goes over daily delivering supplies.
Easy. We assault them.
Of course.
You could go knock them out and
No, I don't. I don't
yeah.
want to do that. He just said we're going to fail every time we do anything.
Well, I didn't say that the boat was controlled by the Spirit Wardens.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just patrol the area.
Could we smuggle
Could I
ourselves
use-
into the boat?
Sure. You guys can decide whatever you want to do. All you got to do is tell me what is your plan.
Approach.
Assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, transport.
Were you gonna say something, Lila?
Well, I was gonna say maybe I could try to sway ourselves onto the boat.
The social.
Okay.
I don't know how it fits into like the plan as a whole.
This is kind of just your ability to get across the river.
Yeah,
Once you get into the Lost District, you don't know what you're going up against, so it's kind of hard to have a plan any further than that.
And there's no other way to get to the Lost District without
We need a boat.
this boat.
I guess you could swim.
Yeah,
or
it seems
you
like not a
could,
great idea.
You could theoretically travel all the way south down to Night Market and exit the city that way and go all the way around. That would be even harder and probably far more deadly.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get out of the outside of the city.
I like your idea, Christy, to sway someone to let us onto the boat.
You guys want to go with that?
If everybody agrees, unless someone has another
it's either that or we smuggle ourselves onto it, which I feel like is kind of the same way anyway.
Yeah, try to sway us on there.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and roll for engagement. So the engagement roll, this is the part where we decide you roll, and that determines how well it's going so far as you start the oh, and by the way, choose your loadouts. Light, medium, or heavy.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Light, you don't look like you look like a regular everyday smos. Medium, you work as like guards, or heavy, you are decked out for events.
I think heavy, right? Because
I can go heavy and carry a lot of stuff for you guys. If a few of you guys want to go a little, because I think
I'm gonna go normal. I think
we're not trying to blend in here because nobody's
need to
here.
have-
I think this time I'll go heavy.
Yeah, if we get caught, we're fine. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any like blending in. Like we're just trying to be like, oh no, we're just a normal guy supposed to be here, like on the boat, where we could have possibly tried to get away with that.
Yeah, the boat we could get away with, but once we're in the Lost City, or the Lost District, I don't think anyone's supposed to be there.
Yeah, we are not supposed to be there.
So we get caught.
Correct.
There. We need to have
if anyone sees you there, it doesn't matter. You could always try to talk your way out of it, but like you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah, I would go heavy. We need to, and especially because this is a quote unquote death sentence, I feel like we need to come in like loaded for bear here.
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So then all of us go heavy then?
I don't see why any of us wouldn't.
Yeah, why not?
We're
right?
fucking going in Batman style here with the full utility belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Fully loaded.
All right, so you all go in heavy. Excellent. And so now, I guess why don't we have Lila roll the engagement roll, because she's the one who's making the social connection.
Okay.
So the engagement roll is not an
Social
action per
connection.
se. It's it's its own thing. So you get 1 die for sheer luck. You also get 1 more for each major advantage, and I gave you 1 for rolling so well on your gather information. So that's 2 die, and it says -1 die for each major disadvantage. You did really good figuring out what was going on. You have all the information you need, so I'm not going to give you any disadvantages. So in that case, go ahead and roll 2 die for the engagement roll, which is telling us how things are going as soon as the stuff starts.
Okay. Just
The stuff is getting on the boat.
Yeah, just roll 2d6. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a 1 and a 6.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
No, that's
Nice.
great.
Yeah, we've been
Thank
doing
God.
good.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, that's making my life so much easier, because that means that when everything starts, you have already convinced the person who does the transport for the boat that you guys belong on the boat. So I'm going to say that this starts, you're already on the boat, making your way across to Silk Shore. I said shore, so I was like, shore, right? Yeah. Making your way across to the other side of the river where the lightning towers are and the spirit wardens have housed their base. And although you guys are decked out for full war, the people on the boat are none the wiser. Lila, what do you think you did or said to make them so convinced that you belong there?
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know the world well enough to know what would be motivating to them.
Money.
Make it up.
Just saying we're going over there to clean up the place. We're trying to help. I don't know. Do people want people to help things, or do they want them to destroy stuff? I'm not really like.
Well, this guy delivers stuff to the Spirit Wardens. That's his job. His job is to deliver supplies to the Spirit Wardens. So you've said something.
So we're there as like relief for the Spirit Wardens. We're there to help out.
Yep. Okay.
With their.
So as he's pushing the boat across, he just says to you, "I've never seen any Spirit Wardens without their masks before. Is this like an off-time thing? Because Spirit Wardens always have these bronze masks that they wear.
Oh,
although with a 6, I'll say if you want to, you can have some of those.
Well, we're on our way to get ours fitted for us. We haven't received them yet, unless we want them now and we can just have them now.
You rolled
these
a 6.
right here?
Yeah.
You mean
you
these
rolled
ones
2
here in my
6s?
pocket?
Yeah. So if you wish to, you could just be wearing them.
Yeah, we have them.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, we have God.
No. Well,
Shut up.
we don't want this guy you guys to later on then be like, what do you mean you transported some Spirit Wardens across the river and they didn't have their masks? Like, that would be a weird thing for them. So you guys all rolled so well, you would know that would be a weird thing. So that you guys procured some masks through back alley shady deals, which makes you look like Spirit Wardens. And you're all decked out, so that's not particularly surprising at all. Normally I don't deliver the Spirit Wardens themselves, but who am I to go against the city and their decisions? Is this your first time in the Lost District?
Of course not. We've been here many times. It's weird you haven't transported us before, but maybe you're new, so that's fine.
Maybe I have. You don't mean to be rude, but you all look the same to me. He kind of chuckles as he looks at you all as these bronze masks stare back at him with empty eye holes. Of course, I just deliver the meat and the.
Exactly. You just deliver the meat. Don't ask any more questions.
Right. My apologies. Anyway, almost there. And as he gets to the docks, well, almost there. And he kind of has this like long pole, like he's pushing himself across the river. It's like a pole and a paddle, you guys arrive to this kind of cheap makeshift dock on the other side where supplies are housed. And he says, let me just, and he gets out and he reaches over to ring a bell that's located on the dock. And he says, I'll just let the other Spirit Wardens know you're here so they can come and help you with the supplies.
No, that won't be necessary. We don't want to trouble them. We'll take care of it. Please, you're getting on my nerves with all these questions. It's all right. We've got this. You just stay put.
Right. So I'll stay here and wait for the people you're going to relieve to come back.
We'll take this stuff up. We've got it. Don't worry.
Very well. I will wait. I'll wait here. And he sits down on the side of the river and puts his feet in the water, and then remembers that the river is full of poisonous, deadly fish that might eat his legs off, and then quickly takes them back out. Proceeds to sit there and as you guys walk away. So there are some crates inside the boat. They're just goods for the Spirit Wardens. You said you'd take them, so I assume you guys pick those up and leave with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to be too suspicious.
We're able to carry them.
Yeah, they're. I mean, you got Arlo with you. He's a very strong guy, and the others of you are not like physically weak. I mean, you're career criminals, and you all proceed to move into the Lost District. The first thing you'll have to overcome is the fact that the lightning towers that stand before you, they're not just a tower out in the middle of nowhere. There are like fences around them and around the city. So you can either go over, go under, go through the checkpoint where the spirit wardens are, try to bluff your way through there or climb over, but you do have to somehow get past the lightning barriers. The lightning barriers won't hurt you. They only zap ghosts. It's like being underneath power lines. Like some people say they cause cancer, but like, come on, that can't be true. Right?
No, they do.
Right? But you know what definitely will kill you is rampaging ghosts eating your soul. So, you all accept that living amongst lightning barriers is just fine. But you do have to get by them somehow.
Would we be able to find there's probably like a tunnel or something like that, right? To like get to the Lost City, right?
Now, don't forget that within a score, you can, because we're kind of in the score now a little bit, like we're just starting it. But don't forget that you have many abilities. You can push your stealth for stress, Devil's Bargain. You get extra die with less with consequences. You can assist people. You can use flashbacks. You have items and abilities. You just got to get through this lightning barrier fence and get on the other side and into the Lost District. There is one of these lightning towers houses the Spirit Warden's camp. When you look towards it, you can see that there's some supplies outside of it, and maybe occasionally you see somebody milling about. But for the most part, you can avoid their detection. You rolled so well in your engagement, you can basically bypass them if you choose to. You were told not to try to tangle with them at all because they are far more capable than you.
Yeah, well, then I'm going to walk up to the fence. And out of my utility belt, I'm going to take out a little bit of like bolt cutters, like a little fence cutter, basically, a utility item.
All right.
Let's see. Burglary. Sorry, I don't know why I said it that way.
Bulgari?
Bulgari.
Yeah, there's burglary
Bulgogi?
gear.
Yeah, burglary gear.
A set
I don't wanna hear
of
from you,
lock
Christy.
picks, a small pry bar,
Hey, I can say
vials
words.
of oil, a coil of wire, fishing hooks, a small pouch of fine sand.
But for now, you could say it has bolt cutters.
Subterfuge supplies, maybe?
I can carry some demolition tools.
Demolition duels.
I said
A
tools.
sledgehammer,
Really?
iron spikes, heavy drill, crowbar.
What about tinkering tools? No.
Tinkering
tools?
Too
Oops.
small.
Tweezers.
Pliers. There's pliers.
Pliers.
There you go.
There you
Pliers.
go.
There it is.
We'll say that that's more.
that's right up your
demolition
alley.
tools are like you're trying to smash something. Tinkering tools, you're trying to do this quiet. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, so
We
that's what
didn't
I'm going
need
to
to
take out.
check any
It's
of
also
these off
less stuff. Yeah.
No, you don't have to check anything off until you need them.
until
Yeah.
you use
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
a
I'm checking
reminder
it
with
off.
you guys having heavy, you have 6
Things we can use. Okay.
items you
That's
can
just-
use. Yeah. So you got lots of room to work with, and you've only used one so far, which is to get through the fence, quiet like.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's what I'm going to use to get through.
All right. Give me a tinker check.
Tinker check.
Tinker check.
Would that be finesse roll?
You have tinker, don't you?
You choose, but there
Oh, it could be
is a
tinker.
literal roll called tinker.
Oh,
which I think
tinker.
would-
Yes. What would this be? Controlled?
Yeah, this
Risky?
is controlled. I mean,
Controlled.
you guys, you know their
Standard
movements.
effect.
Nobody's looking at you. That is an
3 to
abject
3.
failure.
Ooh,
So on a
not my best
controlled
roll.
roll, what I'm going to go ahead and say is you break your pliers.
No, my pliers.
So you have now lost those tools. You could always say that you have more of them and use more of them, but that is what happened. Whatever you do next is not going to be controlled because now it looks like you're fucking with the fence because you are.
Dang it.
People might eventually notice, and you've lost those tools. So, for a controlled roll, failing is not that bad.
Yeah.
But obviously you didn't want to fail.
Dang.
Now is this
Y'all-
fence like buried into the dirt, or is it like a kind of like a chain link fence above?
It goes down a little bit. They don't want people just to burrow underneath easily, but you could. I mean, you can do anything if you roll good enough.
You want me to try? You want me to try again?
How many pliers do you
mean-
have?
If
I
you
mean, I
have
got
more.
extra. This was my trusty pair. I guess it was time for a new one, but dang.
That, or I could start digging.
Start digging?
Digging.
What do you mean?
I could dig out the fence a little bit, make a little bit
I'm
of a
gonna
spot.
say the fence is like bars. It's like it kind of goes around the lightning tower, like a circle around it, and then it connects with like a row of bars. And there's hooks that actually lead inwards. Like they don't want people going out, right? Nobody really ever tries to come in the city. Ghosts could just pass through the bars. The lightning towers take care of that. It's mostly
Alright,
to
so
keep people from leaving.
Are you like good at digging?
I think so. Hey, DM, am I good at digging? What would he digging
I
even
don't know.
be? Skirmit?
Well,
Right?
that's my question. So like, shoot, do you want me to try again or you want to dig?
I would prefer you try again.
Okay. Does anybody else have an idea?
Can you talk to the fence?
Okay.
What?
Does anybody else have a good idea? Or you all want me to try again?
Yeah, here's what I'm
Rufus,
going to
do
say. You can
have something?
break the fence either quietly or loudly. You can climb over it or you can try to go under it. Or you can try to sneak in through the spirit warden's stuff. I mean, those are all viable options.
Asena can try to help you dig. My wolf.
Oh,
So
yeah, you got a little
dig
wolfie with
under
you.
the fence.
If Zink can't get through it.
Well, I can.
Okay, well then
But if
do it.
y'all
then
want
do
if
it.
y'all want to dig under, then
No,
okay.
that's going to take too long. Just try again. And if not, then we'll start digging, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna try again.
Is it, Ben, is there a way, I guess, can I look at the fence and see if there's a way of shutting down sections of the fence? Like turn them
Well,
off?
the fence isn't electrified. It's literally just a fence.
Okay, just a fence. Okay.
Yeah, the
Thank you.
lightning barriers do not electrify the fence. They just act as giant ass Tesla coils that zap
Gotcha.
ghosts that get too close.
I
You're
could
not
also-
ghosts, so
I
you're safe.
Could
next to
also
it.
try to put a crowbar in between the iron bars and break them, but that would be loud.
Loud.
Yes. So I would prefer if Zink
Let's
could
just
actually
try
just get
again.
it through.
All right, so I'm gonna try again. Ben.
All right. So this time I'm going to
risky.
say it's risky because now you
Yeah,
guys are
yeah.
been there for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 and a 4.
Success with a consequence.
That's fine. We'll take
You
it.
do manage to open up an area of the bars where you're able to like you loosen up one of these bars. That's you find an area that the bar has been like repaired already. Looks like somebody's come through this way before. Maybe it was Bazos' originally crew. Who knows? Regardless, you manage to open it up. The problem is that it's obvious that someone's effed with the fence now. So if anyone were to ever inspect the fences, they would determine that somebody came through.
Okay.
But that's
There we go.
that's your
See, just need a little extra time. It's fine. I use my bad. These are my good ones. I mixed them up.
That makes sense since they broke.
I mixed them up.
Can we just all agree to only use our best stuff while we're out here, maybe?
Well, y'all were rushing me. I'm, again, usually good with just myself. So yeah. Now I got my good ones. I know which ones they are. We're good to go.
All right, let's go. Let's
Arlo
move.
passes through the fence.
and you all squeeze your way through the fence and quietly make your way deeper into the Lost District. The light of the lightning towers fading behind you as you enter a city of darkness. Honey, I'm recording. I can't. What's up, sweetheart? No, I'm recording now. Okay, sweetheart? All right, bye-bye. Get your hair out of the door. I think your hair's stuck in the door. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Watch the door then open. And
I got sweaty
You never-
palms.
Are you nervous?
No.
You scared?
It's just warm in here. We're trying not to
You
run our
scared?
AC as much.
He's a scared of the lost city.
You're scared of Lost City? You think some ghosts are going to get you?
He's a
Honestly,
scared of
yeah.